Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the symptoms of a faulty power steering pump. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, it's important to get your car checked out by a mechanic as soon as possible. A faulty power steering pump can make your car difficult to steer, and in some cases, it can even cause you to lose control of your vehicle. So, let's get started. The first symptom of a faulty power steering pump is a whining noise when you turn the steering wheel. This noise is caused by the pump struggling to move the fluid through the system. If you hear this noise, it's important to get your car checked out by a mechanic as soon as possible. Another symptom of a faulty power steering pump is difficulty turning the steering wheel. This can be caused by a lack of fluid in the system, or by the pump not being able to generate enough pressure. If you're having difficulty turning the steering wheel, it's important to get your car checked out by a mechanic as soon as possible. The third symptom of a faulty power steering pump is a loss of power steering assist. This means that the steering wheel will become very difficult to turn, even at low speeds. If you experience a loss of power steering assist, it's important to pull over to the side of the road and turn off your engine as soon as possible. Then, call a tow truck to take your car to a mechanic. So, those are the three main symptoms of a faulty power steering pump. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, it's important to get your car checked out by a mechanic as soon as possible. A faulty power steering pump can make your car difficult to steer, and in some cases, it can even cause you to lose control of your vehicle. So, don't wait, get your car checked out today. A faulty power steering pump can manifest in several ways, each indicating a potential problem that needs addressing. Let's delve into the most common symptoms. One of the telltale signs of a failing power steering pump is a whining noise that rises and falls with the engine's RPM. This sound is often described as a high-pitched squeal or groan and becomes more pronounced when turning the steering wheel. The noise originates from the pump struggling to circulate the power steering fluid due to internal wear or low fluid levels. If you encounter this whining noise, the first step is to check the power steering fluid level. If it's low, top it off with the recommended fluid type for your vehicle. If the noise persists even after topping off the fluid, it's likely that the pump itself is failing and requires professional diagnosis and repair. Another symptom of a faulty power steering pump is a noticeable loss of power assist. This means that turning the steering wheel becomes significantly harder, especially at low speeds. This loss of assist can make driving difficult and potentially dangerous, particularly during maneuvers that require quick steering inputs. Visible leaks around the power steering pump are a clear indication of a problem. These leaks can occur at various points, such as the pump seals, hoses, or connections. Leaking fluid not only creates a mess but also reduces the fluid level, further exacerbating the pump's performance issues. If you notice any of these symptoms, it's crucial to have your power steering pump inspected by a qualified mechanic as soon as possible. Ignoring these warning signs can lead to more severe problems and potentially compromise your safety on the road. One of the most common symptoms of a faulty power steering pump is fluid metal contamination. This happens when the pump's internal components wear down and release metal particles into the power steering fluid. These particles can clog the system and cause a variety of problems, including steering difficulty. The steering wheel may become difficult to turn, especially at low speeds. Whining or groaning noises. The pump may make a whining or groaning noise when you turn the steering wheel. Leaking fluid. The power steering fluid may leak from the pump or hoses. If you notice any of these symptoms, it's important to have your power steering pump checked by a mechanic as soon as possible. In most cases, it is possible to drive without power steering. However, it will be much more difficult to turn the steering wheel, especially at low speeds. This can be dangerous, especially if you are driving in heavy traffic or on a winding road. If you must drive without power steering, be sure to take extra care and drive slowly. You should also avoid making sharp turns. Another common symptom of a faulty power steering pump is steering difficulty. This can be caused by a variety of factors, including low power steering fluid level. The power steering fluid level may be low, which can cause the pump to work harder and overheat. Air in the power steering system. Air in the power steering system can cause the pump to cavitate, which can make it difficult to turn the steering wheel. Worn power steering belt. The power steering belt may be worn or loose, which can cause the pump to slip and not provide enough power assist. If you are experiencing steering difficulty, it's important to have your power steering system checked by a mechanic as soon as possible. A leak in the power steering system is another common symptom of a faulty power steering pump. This can be caused by a variety of factors, including worn seals. The seals in the power steering pump can wear down over time, which can cause them to leak. Damaged hoses. The hoses that connect the power steering pump to the rest of the system can be damaged, which can also cause them to leak. Loose connections. The connections between the power steering pump and the rest of the system can become loose over time, which can also cause them to leak. If you notice a leak in your power steering system, it's important to have it repaired as soon as possible. Otherwise, the leak could cause the power steering pump to fail. A badly damaged power steering pump will likely need to be replaced. This can be caused by a variety of factors, including overheating. The power steering pump can overheat if it is not properly maintained. This can cause the pump to seize up and fail. Corrosion. The power steering pump can corrode over time, which can also cause it to fail. Impact damage. The power steering pump can be damaged in an accident. If your power steering pump is badly damaged, it will need to be replaced by a mechanic. The power steering pump is a component of the power steering system that provides hydraulic assist to the steering wheel. This makes it easier to turn the steering wheel, especially at low speeds. The power steering pump is typically driven by the engine's crankshaft. The power steering pump circulates power steering fluid through the system. This fluid helps to reduce friction between the moving parts of the steering system, making it easier to turn the steering wheel. The power steering pump is an important part of the steering system. If it fails, it can make it difficult or impossible to turn the steering wheel. This can be dangerous, especially if you are driving in heavy traffic or on a winding road. If you are experiencing any of the symptoms of a faulty power steering pump, it's important to have it checked by a mechanic as soon as possible.